Congress stood up for the people.
Right.
And stopped that dead in its tracks. Right? And then in 2008, they bailed out the banks.
Right.
Right? Because they were too big to jail. Now, right? Fast forward.
Don't laugh, you only encourage them.
2011, the Democratic Party members of Congress joined this president to put Social Security and other entitlement programs on the table. Let me just finish, please. 2.5 trillion is what's at stake here, and they have until November to come up with a plan of what to cut. They're going to cut entitlements if we let them get away with it. Let me just finish, please. This gentleman raised Glass Steagall. The reason he raised it a little earlier is because of the transatlantic system. We're in a systemic breakdown crisis of the system. The Eurozone will go first, and it may happen in the next few days. And after the Eurozone goes, this banking system will go unless we have Glass Steagall. That firewall.
That's right.
My question to you is, will you co-sponsor this bill along with the other 33 Democrats that have signed on to it? Let me just finish. 25 of them voted against the debt deal.
Right.
Why did you vote for it?
I will gladly answer that. First of all, and I'll tell you exactly why. Let me start with your assertion that the Democrats are attacking Social Security.
I didn't say they're attacking. They're not standing up for us.
Let me tell you who authored the letter to the president. Didn't sign it. Authored the letter to the president of the United States that said, "Look, you need to make sure that there are all kinds of things to be considered." Right? We sent a letter saying this payroll tax holiday that, by the way, the president now, he's a big supporter of. The fact is, we ought to be giving tax relief as a stimulus to the economy. But once you start playing with the revenue stream for Social Security, you make it easier for those who want to do away with Social Security altogether. Hold on, let me finish. I sent a letter pointing that out. Number two, when it comes to the changed CPI, right, this idea that you're going to hear, if we just change the formula so that people, to reflect the fact that, well, for seniors, if apples are expensive, they'll buy bananas, right? Or presumably if electricity is too high, then they'll, I guess, open the windows and hope it's cool down here in Florida. I don't know. That's going to result in a cut to benefits. I opposed it in Washington in a press conference, widely reported. And finally, why did I vote for that debt deal? Look, I didn't like that debt deal because it wasn't the sense of shared sacrifice. There was no balance. However, every time I hear someone in the Tea Party stand up and say they got their way, I'll tell you, I was in Washington. I've been in Washington through the Ryan plan, which tried to end Medicare, through the cut, cap, and balance, which would have amounted in drastic cuts to Social Security and Medicare, the Boehner plan, which would have cut Medicare and cut Social Security. You know what's in the debt deal? Specific provisions that safeguard Social Security and Medicare. I never could have voted for anything that would have put either one of those programs in jeopardy.
Yes.